The Money School proudly presents Story Time with Sammy Rabbit's All-Star Readers. Today's All-Star Reader is Krista Cavalieri from Columbus, Ohio. Welcome, Krista.
Hello, everyone. My name is Krista Cavalieri, and today I'm going to read to you a lovely book called Dollars and Cents from the Berenstain Bears. I have 3 little kids and they love this story. It was one of our very first money books that we got, and the Berenstain Bears are a big favorite in this household, and hopefully they are for you too. I don't know if you always see this, but in the Berenstain Bears, they always have a little poem at the very beginning of the book telling you a little bit about what this is going to be about. So this one says, Cubs like their own money, their own dollars and cents, but to spend it or save it, what makes the most sense? Let's find out. Money wasn't a big problem in the Bear family treehouse down a sunny dirt road deep in Bear country, but it was a problem, at least where Cub's brother and sister were concerned. They knew some things about money. They knew Papa wasn't made of it, that it didn't grow on trees, and that they should save it for a rainy day. Papa told them these things many times. What they didn't know about money was how to manage it. So managing money is how you save it, how you spend it, and how you decide that you're going to do those things. The Cubs liked money. They liked it even before they knew they could buy things with it. They liked coins better than paper money because they could do things with coins. They could roll them. They liked to spin them. They liked to stack them. And as they got a little older, they liked to play heads or tails with them. Do you all practice spinning coins at your house? We love to do that around here. It's very fun to see those little coins just spin and spin and spin. But by keeping their eyes and ears open at the supermarket and the hardware store and the clothing store, they soon learned that you could do a lot more with money than just play with it. You could buy things with it. That will be $7.50. That will be $9.20. That will be $11.10. You like my voices? My kids love the voices. You could buy all sorts of things. Ice cream from the Good Humor Bear. I'll have peach orange with Jimmy's. I'll have nutty chocolate cherry. Chocolate. Rides on the bucking duck at the mall. Hi-oh, duck. Balloons from the bear at the bear park. All have red, all have blue. As time went on, the Cubs learned more about money. They learned the difference between the dollar sign, which was an S with 2 lines in it, and the cent sign, which was a C with 1 line through it. Papa, may I have $5? Baseball Bob is having a big baseball card sale. Papa, may I have $10? My Barbie doll is getting married and she needs a wedding dress. And while they were still fond of coins, they learned that you could buy a lot more with dollars. So dollars are the green bills that your parents have. They're shaped like a rectangle. Those are what the dollars are, and they have little numbers on them, and each number represents a different amount. So there's $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, and $100. Baseball cards, wedding dress, shouted Papa. You must think I'm made of money. You must think money grows on trees. Remember those from earlier? The Cubs backed away. All they wanted was some green money. All they got was Papa. Red in the face, you see him, he's so angry. Mama had been watching. She knew it was time to calm things down, and she had an idea how to do it. If you Cubs will excuse us, she said, there are some things I'd like to discuss with your Papa. You see them sneaking off. You ever do that when you've upset one of your parents? My kids do. My dear, said Mama, it's not going to do any good to shout at the Cubs. It's as much our fault as it is theirs that they don't understand about money. It's up to us to teach them how to manage money. But how, asked Papa. That's my absolute favorite part of this book. You can learn about money no matter how young you are, and you can do it as a family. And you can teach your parents too sometimes about money. My kids teach me about things too. We talk about wants and needs, and we discuss how those are different. And sometimes they teach me that we can think we want something, but really we can think we need something, but really it's a want. And then we discuss those things. I suggest that we begin giving them a regular weekly allowance, she said. Said Papa, that's an interesting idea. Then perhaps they will learn to be more responsible with money. An allowance, said Sister. What's an allowance, asked Brother. An allowance, said Papa, is a sum of money that you will get at the beginning of every week. It will be up to you to manage it, to spend it or save it as you see fit. The cubs looked at each other as if they didn't believe him. That seemed too good to be true. And here's your first week's allowance, said Papa. Brother and Sister looked at the small pile of money Papa had placed in front of each of them. They grabbed the money and were out the front door, down the front steps, and on the road to town faster than you can say. Weekly allowance. Said Papa. Double said Mama. Look at them running. Just running right to the store. What do you all think about that? Do you think that they're figuring out the right way to manage their money? Or do you think they're going to go and maybe spend it before they can think about it? Let's find out. When the cubs returned, they each had a pile of candy bars, bubble gum, and trading cards. Seems pretty fun, doesn't it? Let's see if that works out. They had spent their whole allowance on the first day of the week. And they did the same thing the next week. And the next. And the next. It was clear to Mama and Papa that the allowance idea wasn't working as planned, and it certainly wasn't teaching them how to manage their money. The cubs would quickly eat the candy bars and get tired of the other things they bought. Then they would mope and groan because they didn't have any money left for the rest of the week. Mama, said Brother, I don't think this allowance idea is working out. I quite agree, said Mama. But what do you suggest? A bigger allowance, the cubs said at once. Possibly, said Mama, but that is something we'll have to discuss with your Papa. Well, let's discuss it with him right now, said Sister. Oh, no, said Mama. Papa is balancing the checkbook. I never interrupt your Papa while he's balancing the checkbook. So balancing the checkbook means when you have a bank account, you have a certain amount of money in there. And then as you spend it, you need to make sure that you keep a record of the things that you're spending so that you know how much money is left in your bank account. And that works the same, even though we don't use checks quite as much with your debit card. And you may see your mom and your dad using their debit card. And it's still important to make sure that they know how much is coming out of their account so that they know how much money they have left to spend. Checkbook, thought Mama. Our checkbook helps Papa and me manage our money. It gives us a chance to think about how we should spend it. It gives us a record of how much money we have spent and how much we have left. Mama went into the kitchen. She rummaged around in the cupboard drawer. It was filled with things she wasn't quite ready to throw away. Among the things were some extra checkbooks that were left over from when she changed banks. But how to explain the idea of checks and checkbooks to the cubs, she wondered. Mama told Papa what she had in mind. Then she explained the idea of checks to the cubs. Do you mean you're taking away our allowances? Asked Brother. Not at all, said Papa. As a matter of fact, we're increasing your allowances. But instead of giving them to you at the beginning of each week so that you can go out and spend them before they burn a hole in your pockets, we're going to hold them for you. Then when you want a little pocket money or want to buy something, you write out a check. So Mama and Papa Bear are acting like a piggy bank, and they're going to hold the money for Brother and Sister Bear. And when Brother and Sister Bear really decide that they want something, they'll go to Mama and Papa and they're going to write a check. Kind of like if you have all your money in your piggy bank that you might be saving up for something, and then you go to your piggy bank and you pull out just the money you need. That way you save the money and you don't spend it all right away. Here, I'll show you how it's done. First, you make it out to cash like so. Then you put how much it's for. In other words, as in words as well as numbers, so there can't be any mistake. Then you write what it's for on this line and sign on the bottom and on the back. Then you give it to Mama, and she gives you the money and keeps a record. It's that simple. Brother got the idea right away and gave Mama the check for $3, and she gave him the cash. He changed his mind about spending $5, which was half of his allowance, on baseball cards and bought a baseball book instead. Sister changed her mind too. She decided to save her first week's allowance and buy the Barbie wedding dress with her next week's allowance, so she would still have $10 left. So they're learning to manage their money. Now that's what I call money managing, said Mama to Papa. The great thing about this book is that you can figure out how to manage your money. And you can figure out that when you do it, you will get the things that you want, that you really wanted to save up for, rather than having that instant happiness of buying bubble gums and baseball cards and candy bars. This way, if you save it, you can buy the bigger thing that you really, really want. And that way you'll be more mindful and thoughtful about your money. The other amazing thing is that young people such as you are able to learn all about money no matter how old you are. And you can do it as a family. And if you get more accustomed to doing it as a family and talking about it with your family, then you'll be totally ready when you're an adult. I hope you enjoyed the book and keep on reading.
Until our next Sammy Rabbit All-Star Reading Experience, this is Sam the Money Man, wishing you a Sammy-rific day.